Happy Wednesday, everybody! So this is a bit of a rant video, and the point of it is I am over complaining. Just done with it. Don't need it. No. Like, me and complaining, we're like this, okay? That's me and that's complaining. Now, for context, I still recognize complaining as a card that I can play out of my hand at different times. Like, for example, if there's somebody that I want to bond with in some way on a superficial level anyways, the shortcut method that I've always found the most helpful is to complain about something that we both find irksome. It's really fascinating how, if there's somebody that I don't agree with on hardly anything in life, if we just find one thing that we both find annoying and we vent about that to each other, then all of a sudden, we're best of buds! It works really well. Yeah, so that's an interesting thought. But recently I've noticed a trend in my life to complain more than I want to complain. I talk about how hard my life is and how much is on my plate and I don't have time to relax and I'm stressed and drained. I mean, after all, I do a lot of stuff. I'm working full-time, I'm studying graduate school, I'm running a YouTube channel which takes far more time than I had anticipated. Also on the side, I try to do social networking. I'm applying for some different jobs right now. And then there's just life. You know, like filing taxes is an important thing that took me forever to get around to. Also, I was driving with a nail in one of my tires for like 2 months. And my glasses are broken, and I haven't had time to fix them yet. Life kind of sucks sometimes, yeah? So I think I have a pretty solid pitch, and when I complain about life, a lot of people bow to me and say that my life is harder than theirs. Except not. Usually if I start complaining about how my life is super hard, what happens is the other person complains about how their life is harder. Have you ever had one of these one-up games where we're both trying to prove how our life sucks more than the other person's life? A couple weeks ago, I was hanging out at the bar with a couple of my friends, and I got into this, one-upping my life is harder than yours fight thing. Did all those words come out right? I don't think so. Oh well. And I was saying I need to go home because I've got work early in the morning. I have to start work at 5 a.m. Totally goading a conversation of this nature. And I admit that. It's my fault. And one of the guys there said, oh, well, he has a hard life too. I mean, he had to get to class at 7 a.m. the next morning. Really? 5 a.m.? 7 a.m.? Yeah, but I've been up since 7 a.m. today. And I was like, oh, you child. I've been up since 3. And that's 3 in the morning, not 3 in the afternoon. So I won that game. I'm very proud. My life sucks more than his does. Yay. But other times, of course, I lose this battle. I was talking to another group of friends, complaining about how hard my life was. See, I do this a lot lately, and I don't like doing this so much. And then one of the friends I was talking to said, well, I worked 70 hours last week, and I was preparing a response because I was still convinced that my life sucked more than his did. But he changed the topic right away, and that wasn't playing fair. So he won, and his life sucks more than mine does, I guess. And I'm not happy about that? At a certain point in the aftermath of a conversation with somebody where we had a one-up battle about whose life sucked more, I remember being bothered because even though we're good friends, at a certain point, I got tired of just hearing about how horrible this person's life was. Let's call him George. I mean, George, I understand that sometimes life can be hard, but every day, is it really this much of a grind? I mean, the bills that I have to pay and the people I have to take care of, and I need to work on this project and I don't get enough time for sleep, and this got under my skin and I couldn't stop thinking about, gosh, George, could you just stop complaining? And as I was going for a walk and internally ranting in my own head about this, I wanted to say to George, enough! If you don't like your life, then change something. George, nobody else has any power to change your life. It's in your hands. If you want more free time, cut something out in your life. If you don't like the things that you're doing, find some other things to be doing. I mean, I understand that some people have genuinely tough lives, and to make ends meet, they have to work 3 jobs. But that's not George. George is living pretty well off. And the reason that he has so much on his plate and no time to rest is because he wants to live well off, and that's a decision that he's made. Fine. Be happy with that. But of course I'm a hypocrite. And yet, since I know I'm a hypocrite, I know that if I want to rant and rave at somebody else and say, do this, probably that's good advice for myself. And so I looked at my own life. And I said, Ptony, if you don't like your life, change something. Nobody else has the power to change my life. It's entirely in my own hands. And all the things that I'm doing in my life, well, do I have to do them all? Working full-time, grad school, YouTube, then networking and applying for jobs and taking care of my own life? Okay, some of those things, yes, I do need to do. Definitely need to be finding a way to get a paycheck, okay. So that's working full-time. Definitely need to be taking care of myself. So that's, getting my tire fixed. But all these other things that are taking up so much of my time, this YouTube, this grad school, this networking. I am very much invested in all these different things, and I see them as making my dreams a reality in my life. But I could drop them. I could simplify my life to just getting a paycheck and taking care of myself. So why don't I drop them? Because I want to do these things. I have a lot on my plate, more than I think I'm entirely capable of managing, but everything on my plate, for the most part, is something that I want to be there. So guys, in the end, I have a good life, and I want to thank you all for being a part of it. I'll see y'all in 2 weeks. God bless and ciao. P.S. I send special birthday greetings to Jake, whose birthday it was 2 days ago, and who is also the person who was working 70 hours that 1 week, and probably regularly other weeks as well. Tire that needed fixing, and it is fixed now, so no need for alarm. Thank you, Patrick. I owe this to you. And that's all the announcements I have for right now. Bye.